Welcome to my channel Rare Old Coin Value, your ultimate destination for rare and valuable coins from around the globe. Here, we explore the hidden history, design secrets, and real value behind every coin, from ancient treasures to modern collectibles. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because every coin has a story, and we're here to tell it. Stay tuned and let's dive into the fascinating world of coins. The 5-cent coin of the United States of America 1990, also known as the Jefferson Nickel, is one of the most iconic and historically significant coins in American numismatic history. Minted in the year 1990, this coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson Nickel series, which began in 1938 and continues even today, with only minor design changes over time. The 1990 nickel carries the classic design that honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. It stands as a tribute to his vision for democracy, architecture, and freedom, while also representing the enduring craftsmanship and symbolism of American coinage. On the obverse front side of the 1990 Jefferson Nickel, there is a detailed left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, a talented sculptor who originally created the design in the late 1930s. The portrait captures Jefferson with his dignified, thoughtful expression, symbolizing wisdom and leadership. Above Jefferson's head appears the word, "In God We Trust," the official motto of the United States, representing faith and national identity. To the left of the portrait, near Jefferson's shoulder, appears the word, "Liberty," followed by the year, 1990, separated by a small star symbol. Depending on the mint of origin, the coin may also bear a mint mark, either P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or occasionally S for San Francisco on proof coins. The engraving detail is precise, reflecting the quality of modern minting technology of that period. On the reverse back side of the coin, you will find the image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, a neoclassical architectural masterpiece that Jefferson himself designed. Above the building is the inscription, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, symbolizing unity among the diverse states of America. Beneath Monticello, the word, Monticello, is engraved, followed by, 5 cents, and, United States of America. The fine detailing of the dome, pillars, and steps of Monticello showcases the coin's aesthetic appeal and historical importance, celebrating Jefferson's architectural genius and personal ideals. The composition of the 1990 Jefferson Nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a distinctive silvery gray metallic shine. The coin has a diameter of 21.21 mm, a thickness of 1.95 mm, and weighs 5 grams. Its edge is plain, without reading. This metallic composition was chosen for durability and longevity, ensuring that nickels could circulate for decades without significant wear. The coin's metallic tone often dulls slightly over time, developing a soft patina that adds character and reflects its history of use in commerce. The minting process in 1990 involved both the Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark and the Denver Mint D Mint mark for circulation coins, as well as the San Francisco Mint S Mint mark for proof coins. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of nickels that year, while the Denver Mint struck a similar quantity, making the 1990 nickel relatively common in circulation. The San Francisco proofs, however, were minted in limited quantities for collectors, featuring a highly polished surface and mirror-like finish. These proof coins are struck multiple times to ensure sharp details and deep contrast between frosted designs and glossy fields. From a historical perspective, the 1990 Jefferson Nickel represents a period of stability in U.S. coin design. The late 20th century saw no major redesigns or compositional changes to the nickel, allowing it to maintain the familiar appearance Americans had known for decades. Economically, it circulated widely in everyday transactions, used in vending machines, parking meters, and daily purchases, making it an essential piece of American life. Collectors appreciate this coin for its simplicity, continuity, and its role in connecting generations of Americans to their nation's history. In terms of collectability and value, most 1990 nickels in circulated condition are worth their face value of 5 cents, since billions were produced and they remain plentiful. However, coins in uncirculated, mint state, or proof condition can have higher collector value. For example, a 1990 Jefferson Nickel graded Mississippi 65 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can be worth around $1 to $5, depending on quality and eye appeal. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror-like finish and frosted reliefs, can fetch between $2 and $10, or more if still sealed in original U.S. Mint packaging. Rare errors or die varieties, such as double die obverse (DDO) die cracks, or misstrikes, can significantly increase a coin's value, sometimes into the hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. The symbolism behind the 1990 Jefferson Nickel goes beyond its monetary use. It embodies the American ideals of liberty, architecture, and unity. Jefferson's image reminds citizens of his contributions to democracy, education, and innovation, while Monticello reflects both intellectual curiosity and craftsmanship. Every element of this coin tells a story, from the Latin motto to the enduring metal composition, representing the resilience and progress of the United States. When held in the hand, the texture and weight of the coin feel solid and balanced, reflecting the quality and tradition of American minting standards. Over time, the surface of the coin may show light wear, scratches, or toning, each marking a trace of its journey through the economy. Some collectors even enjoy studying such wear patterns, as each one tells a small part of a much larger human and economic story. In conclusion, the 1990 United States 5-cent Jefferson Nickel is more than just a coin. It is a piece of living history. It connects modern Americans to their founding ideals and to the artistry of numismatic tradition. Whether found in loose change, stored in a coin collection, or preserved in proof sets, the 1990 nickel remains a shining example of how design, symbolism, and history come together in the small but powerful form of a coin. It continues to circulate as a testament to American endurance, innovation, and pride, a simple yet profound reflection of the nation's journey through time, encapsulated in 5 cents of metal. Next coin. The 5-cent coin of the United States of America 1964, widely known as the Jefferson Nickel, stands as one of the most historically recognized and enduring coins in the history of American currency. Minted during a significant period in U.S. history, the early 1960s, this coin bridges the post-World War II economic expansion and the cultural shifts that defined the mid-20th century. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel carries not only the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, but also represents the final year that nickels were struck with such immense quantities before a major reduction in minting numbers the following year. It is one of the most common and circulated nickels ever produced, and yet, it remains deeply symbolic of America's enduring principles of liberty, unity, and innovation. On the obverse front of the 1964 nickel, the design features a left-facing profile portrait of Thomas Jefferson, sculpted by Felix Schlag, whose design was chosen in 1938 to honor Jefferson's 100th anniversary of birth. Jefferson's face is depicted in fine classical style, capturing his calm and intellectual character, his eyes slightly forward, symbolizing vision and leadership. Above the portrait appears the phrase, "In God We Trust," expressing America's spiritual and moral foundation. To the left of Jefferson's portrait is the word, liberty, followed by the year, 1964, which is separated by a small star. This clean arrangement gives the obverse side a sense of balance and dignity. Depending on the mint of origin, The coin may also include a small mint mark, D, located to the right of Monticello on the reverse side, signifying production at the Denver Mint. Coins without a mint mark were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse back side of the coin presents the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical Virginia estate and a masterpiece of early American architecture. The building is depicted in stunning linear detail, the dome, columns, and steps rendered with careful proportion and clarity. Above Monticello appears the national motto, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one, emphasizing unity among America's diverse states and people. Beneath Monticello, the word, Monticello, appears prominently, followed by, 5 cents, and, United States of America. The reverse design, simple yet refined, reflects both Jefferson's architectural genius and the enduring balance of American artistry and practicality. The composition of the 1964 Jefferson Nickel consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a durable alloy that gives the coin its characteristic silvery color and resilience against wear. The coin weighs 5 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain, smooth edge. This copper-nickel alloy has been a hallmark of the Jefferson Nickel series since 1946, after the end of the silver content, war nickels, used during World War II. The 1964 nickel, therefore, marks a return to the traditional peacetime composition, symbolizing both economic stability and the strength of the U.S. Mint's production system during one of the busiest years in its history. The 1964 issue is notable because it was the last year before the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from coins temporarily, from 1965 to 1967, in an effort to discourage coin hoarding during a coin shortage crisis. Consequently, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel was produced in record numbers. Over 2.8 billion coins were minted across both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making it the highest mintage nickel year in U.S. history. The massive output reflected both America's economic expansion and the growing demand for coinage during that period. Despite its abundance, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel retains historical and collectible value. Circulated examples are typically worth face value, 5 cents, but uncirculated and proof-like examples can be significantly more valuable. High-grade specimens, particularly those graded Mississippi 65 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, can fetch several dollars or more depending on strike quality and surface preservation. Proof coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint for collectors, since San Francisco proofs resumed later, are often admired for their mirrored surfaces and deep cameo contrast. Some of the most collectible varieties include full steps FS nickels, coins that exhibit sharp, complete steps on the Monticello building, which are rare due to weak strikes on many 1964 issues. Such full-step nickels can command prices in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars in pristine condition. From a historical standpoint, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel represents an era of confidence and prosperity in the United States. It was minted at the height of the space race, during the presidency of Lyndon B. Johnson, and only a year after the tragic assassination of John F. Kennedy, when the nation was undergoing emotional and cultural transformation. The coin circulated alongside the first appearances of Kennedy half-dollars, symbolizing continuity between the ideals of America's founders and its modern leaders. In symbolic terms, this nickel embodies Jefferson's vision of democracy, education, and architecture. His presence on the obverse reminds Americans of the intellectual and philosophical roots of their country, the pursuit of liberty, equality, and self-government. The image of Monticello on the reverse, meanwhile, symbolizes personal ingenuity, craftsmanship, and the balance between intellect and artistry that Jefferson valued deeply. Together, both sides of the coin present a miniature monument to the founding ideals of the United States. The design legacy of the 1964 nickel continued virtually unchanged for decades. The U.S. Mint retained Felix Schlag's design until 2004, when the Westward Journey nickel series temporarily replaced it. In this way, the 1964 coin became part of a broader historical continuum, a symbol of stability in a time of change. For collectors today, owning a 1964 Jefferson nickel is like holding a tangible link to America's mid-century identity, a period of optimism, innovation, and confidence in the nation's future. In terms of physical aesthetics, a well-preserved 1964 nickel displays a light silver-gray sheen with subtle golden or bluish toning from age. Circulated coins tend to exhibit soft wear on Jefferson's cheek, jawline, and hair, while the steps of Monticello often show flattening due to heavy use. Proof examples, on the other hand, gleam with mirror-like brilliance, highlighting the fine craftsmanship of the mint. The smooth edge and moderate thickness make the coin pleasant to handle, firm, balanced, and substantial, reflecting the quality and uniformity for which the U.S. Mint was renowned. In numismatic culture, the 1964 Jefferson nickel is often viewed as a benchmark coin, not rare, but historically rich and educational. Beginners often start their collections with it because it's easy to find and affordable, while advanced collectors search for specific die varieties, errors, and full-step strikes that represent the best technical examples. Some of the most interesting error types include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, and die cracks, each of which adds character and uniqueness to the coin. Finally, beyond its metallic form, the 1964 United States 5-cent Jefferson nickel stands as a timeless emblem of American craftsmanship and cultural endurance. It reflects a balance between artistry and functionality, a coin used in countless transactions across gas stations, diners, theaters, and schools throughout the 1960s and beyond. It's a witness to the evolution of American society, from the Cold War to the modern age, and a symbol of unity in diversity, strength in simplicity, and continuity across generations. Thus, the 1964 nickel is more than just a 5-cent piece. It is a miniature monument to Thomas Jefferson's ideals, the nation's resilience, and the artistry of American minting. Every line, word, and texture on this coin tells a story of a people striving for progress while honoring their past, encapsulated forever in copper and nickel, small in size yet immense in meaning.